All right, folks, welcome to the Ox Billiards stream. In the booth, Zach Ross. Tonight we have Dani Casper versus Sophia Tran. Playing 9-ball race to 9, winner break. All right, folks, welcome to the Ox Billiards stream. In the booth, Zach Ross. Tonight we have Dani Casper versus Sophia Tran. Playing 9-ball race to 9, winner break. All right, folks, welcome to the Ox Billiards stream. In the booth, Zach Ross. Tonight we have Dani Casper versus Sophia Tran. Playing 9-ball race to 9, winner break. All right, so Dani wins the lag here. Billiards stream. Dani to break rack number 1. Tonight we have Dani Casper versus Sophia Tran. Playing 9-ball race to 9, winner break. All right, so Dani wins the lag here. Billiards stream. Dani to break rack number 1. Tonight we have Dani Casper versus Sophia Tran. Got a dry break here from Dani. Playing 9-ball race to 9, winner break. All right, so Dani wins the lag here. Billiards stream. Dani to break rack number 1. Tonight we have Dani Casper versus Sophia Tran. Got a dry break here from Dani. Playing 9-ball race to 9, winner break. All right, so Dani wins the lag here. A little bit of a steep cut here for Sophia, but should be able to navigate this. Tonight we have Dani Casper versus Sophia Tran. Got a dry break here from Dani. Playing 9-ball race to 9, winner break. The shot might be tree-topped just a little bit, but Sophia, should be able to navigate this. Looks like the 2 does go. Got a dry break here from Dani. She's going to go for the lower left corner here, maybe a little bit of a 2-way shot. The shot might be tree-topped just a little bit, but Sophia, should be able to navigate this. Ended up catching the 7, which took the tangent line to the pocket, so ball in hand here for Dani. For the lower left corner here, maybe a little bit of a 2-way shot. Dani to go to work here quickly, just a little bit, but Sophia, Dani Don't Blink, the nickname. Ended up catching the 7, which took the tangent line to the pocket, so ball in hand here for Dani. For the lower left corner here, maybe a little bit of a 2-way shot. Dani to go to work here quickly, just a little bit, but Sophia, Dani Don't Blink, the nickname. Ended up catching the 7, which took the tangent line to the pocket, so ball in hand here for Dani. For the lower left corner here, maybe a little bit of a 2-way shot. Dani to go to work here quickly, just a little bit, but Sophia, Dani Don't Blink, the nickname. Ended up catching the 7, which took the tangent line to the pocket, so ball in hand here for Dani. For the lower left corner here, maybe a little bit of a 2-way shot. Dani to go to work here quickly, just a little bit. Nice bank there from Dani. Dani Don't Blink, the nickname. We're going to have to play down table and back up for the 6. Ball in hand here for Dani. For the lower left corner here. Navigated it pretty well. May want to hit it that a little bit more middle, so it didn't take the Dani angle into the 6, but still has a shot here. Have to play down table and back up for the 6. Overran position just a little bit, but should be able to. May want to hit it that a little bit more middle, so it didn't take the Dani angle into the 6, but there's a little too much action on the cue ball, sort of didn't allow the 7 ball to open up. Overran position just a little bit here now for Sophia. May want to hit it that a little bit more middle, hit this with a clean draw to go into the long rail. There's a little too much. Should be able to get above the 8, but didn't also understand you just want to cut across. Overran position just position and take the now for Sophia corner. May want to hit it that sidewalk middle, hit this with a clean draw shot. Good follow through. There's a little too much. Should be able to get above the 8, but didn't also stun this one back a little bit. Overran position just sitting pretty good for the 9 left corner. May want to hit it that sidewalk middle, hit this with a clean draw shot. Good follow through. There's a little too much. Should be able to get above the 8, but didn't also stun this one back a little bit. Overran position just. Position sitting pretty good for the 9 left corner. Drew back just a little too much, but the cut in the lower right corner is good, so no trouble with this. Position sitting pretty good for the 9 left corner. Drew back just a little too much, but shot the cut in the lower left. So Sophia takes rack number 1. Good, so no trouble with this. Thank you all for joining this evening. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Drew back just a little too much. In the Capitol Hill neighborhood in Seattle, Washington. Sophia takes rack number 1. Familiar with this stream? No trouble with this. We just match up players that all for joining this competitive, have a similar rating to make the match interesting. The Capitol Hill very skill levels, Washington, because we like to showcase players of all abilities with this stream. No trouble with this. We just match up players that all for joining this competitive, have a similar rating to make the match interesting. The Capitol Hill very skill levels, Washington, because we like to showcase players of all abilities with this stream. So Sophia, good break here, except she caught the one a little thin, so the cue ball did head towards the corner pocket. Capitol Hill very skill levels, she hit it just a little bit thicker, cue ball probably would have stayed up around middle table. So Sophia, good break here, the 1, except she caught the one a little thin. I kind of like banking the 1 almost straight head down towards the 8-9 and leaving the cue ball up table. She hit it just a little bit thicker, cue ball probably would have stayed up around middle table. So Sophia, good break here. Back cut like this is perfectly fine as well. I kind of like banking the 1 almost good leave here down towards the 8-9. Dani doesn't have much action on the cue to maybe draw off of the 1 into the 6. Up around middle table. So Sophia going for the back bank there, perfectly fine as well. I kind of like banking the 1 almost good leave here down towards the 8-9. Dani doesn't have much action on the cue to maybe draw off of the 1. I like playing a 2-way. Basically bank the 1 into the 6 and leave the cue ball between the 3-9, so you're giving yourself a look at the 2, but at the same time you are going for the sort of the bank combo. Action on the cue, playing safe here is also perfectly acceptable, considering bank the 1 into the 6 and was able to high ball 8, so 3-9, so you're giving yourself a look. May need to go airborne here, but at the same time you are going for the Dani will never shy away from the jump. Playing safe here is also perfectly acceptable. It's a pretty good jumper, just rushed that one a little bit. So you're giving yourself a look. Maybe Dani airborne here, focused on the point needing to hit with the power. Dani will never shy away from the jump, but nonetheless, ball in hand here for Sophia. It's a pretty good jumper, just rushed that one a little bit. So you're giving yourself a look. Maybe Dani airborne here, focused on the point needing to hit with the power. Like Dani will never stun draw back here, leaving a similar angle for the 2 here for Sophia. It's a pretty good jumper, just rushed that one. If you get straight on the 2, no problem. You can just roll forward for the 3. Maybe Dani airborne here, focused on the point needing to hit with the power. Like Dani will never stun draw back here, leaving a similar angle for the 2 here for Sophia. It's a pretty good jumper, just rushed that one. If you get straight on the 2, no problem. You can just roll forward for the 3. Maybe Dani airborne here, focused on the point needing to hit with the power. Like Dani will never stun. If Sophia does go for the 4-6 combo, just needs to be aware that the 4 will be rolling up table, so making sure that you leave yourself a cue ball that can take that shot in the upper left corner. If Sophia does go for the 4-6 combo, I don't mind rolling this one a little bit forward. Be aware that the 4 will be rolling. She's going to try to stop it though. Make sure that you leave yourself a cue ball that. See, if you roll it forward and you almost do a little bit of a back cut on the 3, it's a little bit easier to have that angle for the 4. I don't mind rolling. Now she's going to have to play with follow, and maybe like a touch of left, so come 2 rails out for the 4. See, if you roll it forward and you almost do a little bit of a back cut on the 3, it's a little bit easier to have that angle for the 4. I don't mind rolling, which is fine, and doable. And maybe like a touch of left, though, to come 2 rails out for the 4. See, if you roll it forward and you almost do a little bit of a back cut on the 3, it's a little bit easier to have that angle for the 4. I don't mind rolling, which is fine, and doable. And maybe like a touch of left, though, to come 2 rails out for the 4. Yeah, nice job here. And you almost do a little bit of a back cut. She might try to squeeze the 4 by the 6, which would be okay. Which is fine. Maybe just bump the 4. If it goes clean, then she can stun out, which looks like the shot that's going here. Yeah, nice job here. As long as it hits clean, should be okay. I try to squeeze the 4 by the 6. Yeah, I was worried about which would be okay. Bump, which is fine. Maybe just bump it. It's in pretty decent position. If it goes clean, then she can stun out, which she may be able to stun out across and back middle table here. Should be okay. Taking the 6 on the lower left. Yeah, I was worried about which would be okay. Bump. Which is fine. Maybe just bump it. It's in pretty decent position. If it goes clean, then she can stun out, which she may be able to stun out across and back middle table here. Should be okay. Taking the 6 on the lower left. Yeah, I was worried about which would be okay. Bump. Which is fine. Maybe just bump it. It's in pretty decent position. If it goes clean, then she can stun out. Yeah, so she hit that with a bit of bottom left on the cue and back. And because of that, the cue ball cut a little bit more. Worried about which would be okay. Bump. Which is fine. Maybe just bump it. Dani wasting no time going after the bank. Yeah, so she hit that with a bit of bottom left on the left a piece of the 6 here. Because of that, not quite sure if Sophia can cut a little bit more, enough of that top facing to make the 6 in the bottom left corner. Wasting no time going after the bank. Yeah, so she hit that with a bit of bottom left on the left a piece of the 6 here. Because of that, not quite sure if Sophia can cut a little bit more, enough of that top facing to make the 6 in the bottom left corner. Wasting no time going after the bank. Yeah, so she hit that with a bit of bottom left on the left a piece of the 6 here. Because of that, not quite sure if Sophia can cut a little bit more, enough of that top facing to make the 6 in the bottom left corner. Wasting no time going after the bank. Yeah, so she hit that with a bit of bottom left on the left a piece of the 6 here. Because of that, not quite sure if Sophia can cut a little bit more, enough of that top facing to make the 6 in the bottom left corner. Wasting no time going after the bank. Yeah, so she hit that with a bit of bottom left on the left a piece of the 6 here. Because of that, not quite sure if Sophia can cut a little bit more, enough of that top facing to make the 6 in the bottom left corner. Wasting no time going after the bank. Yeah, so she hit that with a bit of bottom left on the left a piece of the 6 here. Because of that, not quite sure if Sophia can cut a little bit more, enough of that top facing to make the 6 in the bottom left corner. Wasting no time going after the bank. Yeah, so she hit that with a bit of bottom left on the left a piece of the 6 here. Because of that, not quite sure if Sophia can cut a little bit more, enough of that top facing to make the 6 in the bottom left corner. Wasting no time going after the bank. Yeah, so she hit that with a bit of bottom left on the left. Are we good now? Sorry about that. Yeah, I was running the YouTube channel as well, so I think we might be good now. Let me know if it sounds better. Alright, so a couple options here. Sophia could go for the bank, but I kind of like her sending the 7 of the short rail and the cue ball all the way down table 2 rails. So you're kind of doing a little bit of a back and forth bank. Kind of like this, but no, not the pocket. So Dani did not cut that bank enough. Dig no Matt asking in the chat. This is just a challenge match. Yep, no tournament here tonight. All right, so pocket rattled there from Dani. Should turn out pretty good. All right, way to stay down on it. 2-0, Sophia.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
No, you're all good.
Didn't even realize you were doing that. Okay.
I like to mostly because then it's easier to keep track of the breaks because I know I
Agreed.
break when we're on even.
Yes.
A lot of the time they'll put the live stream up on the TV so that we can see where Zach's scoring, but they don't have it, so I keep track somehow. Plus, I'm a space cadet, so
I'm the same.
I will forget where we're at if I don't have something to tell me.
I'm right there with you.
Well, all right.
No, you're good. Just go ahead and do it again.
No, you should.
No,
take that
no, 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 no.
You should take that as a
No.
foul. Always take the foul.
All right, so they're playing alternate break here.
Shit happens. Mistakes happen.
Sophia graciously giving the rack the break back after the miscue. She has a piece of this one that she might be able to follow, but it's a little touchy to get shape for the 2, so you might have to force follow just a little bit, which she did. Unfortunately, be hiding here. As a right-handed player, this jump is a little bit awkward, but doable. There's enough of a gap there between the cue ball and the 5. So Sophia going to use the bridge to jump here. She recently earned herself a Q-Tech sponsorship. Well earned and deserved. Very nice jump here. Ooh, almost got the friendly bump off the 6. But ends up parking it in the pocket. So opportunity for Dani here to get on the board. If Dani does take the side pocket here, wants to give shape for the 7 in the lower left. Overran it just a hair here. So may take on the bank, but if you're banking, you'll be moving away from the 8 ball. No, excellent cut. Kind of a sharp angle here on the 8. Bank in the upper right corner. Excellent shot. I think I take the 9 on the side here. Oh no, just overcut it a little bit. It's looking like a really good run out though. So because the ball is on the rail, you do want to cut this in the upper left corner. If you go over the top right, the tangent line feeds directly into that pocket. So this is the right angle and the right shot here. I'm not too worried about a scratch with the cue ball going this way. Ends up overcutting. With Dani not quite finding the pocket line on that shot, so not leaving a gimme here for Sophia. But the bank is certainly on. I think I take the bank here. The safe is a little touchy. She's looking at the cut. It's a pretty steep cut. But obviously you should go with whatever you're naturally better at, whether that's slicing or banking. I do think there's sort of a perfect V here into the top right corner though. Just ended up hitting that one a little too wide.
We're gonna be like chasing after this. Okay.
Both of these players just hunting for the 9 ball at the moment.
All right. Okay.
See who wants to sink it first. Very nice shot. right, Sophia extending her lead, 3-0 over Dani. I controlled that break a little bit better this time. Cue ball did not head towards the bottom left corner, but I think this time she barely overcut the cut break, which caused the cue ball to end up on the right side of the table here. I do like the kick instead of calling a push here. With the 2 being where it was, I think the kick was the right choice. So Dani opting for the safe. I do like trying to go 2 rails into this kick just so the cue ball comes out a bit more. Yeah, I like that attempt. If you hit the 1 straight on, the chances of you sort of getting shape out for the 2 are a lot less likely to happen. So I like the attempt there. She did end up breaking out the 2, but with this leave that Dani is getting, it's not a gimme.
Nice shot.
We tree topped over the 8 just a little bit here. All right, Sophia could go for a 4-7 combo. If you do that, I would draw it out just a little bit, give yourself some space, because 4 probably will not be moving that much. All right, a straight draw back here. Get Dani in position. Yeah, didn't quite hit the draw as clean. The cue ball had some spin on it. But the angle on the 5, perfectly acceptable. Oh, Sophia gonna get lucky here. Coming back into position for the 5. Ends up hitting the 9 ball in. Going up 4-0. All right, Dani breaking center table. push opportunity here for Sophia.
I'll push.
Kind of like pushing the 3 into the 2. I basically, on this type of layout, I like to sort of create clusters on the push out while also leaving a look on the ball. So nice hide attempt there from Dani, wanting to get below the 5. Leaving a cut here for Sophia. Hit it a little thick, but the layout is not terrible. So Dani catching the jaw on the return.
You want to watch this?
I think leaves a piece of this, but Sophia will have to go rail first into the 1. Very nice hit. Oh, a little too much zest. Ends up hiding behind the 9, so gonna have to go for a kick. I do like hitting this kick a little thin, so the 2 gets sent up table, and the cue ball will travel back towards the position it's currently at. Yeah, pretty much like this. Really nice safe there. So Dani, you'll have to swerve a little bit around the 6 ball. Makes good contact. Gets the cue ball down table.
That was so happy. You know, I'm gonna put myself over here where it's more stable.
Almost a yard sale situation. Some cues dropping in the background. So if Sophia goes for this cut in the top left corner, the cue ball's natural path should end up either running into the 6 or just getting around it. Yeah, just a little friendly bump there. So if she wants to be aggressive, can take on a 3-8 combo. Otherwise, I think I like trying to bank the 3 up towards the 4 and sending the cue ball kind of down towards his bottom left corner. Yeah, I went for the combo. Good shot, just I think maybe hit it with a little too much speed.
What up, Double
So
J?
now she will have to kick at the 3. Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Game we play.
Very difficult to draw that one up. I think that was unintentional safe, but let's see what kind of magic Dani can conjure here. There is a possible 2-railer. Yes.
Wow.
Excellent hit.
That's so,
Very good hit.
so beautiful.
I mean, the chances of making contact there were so slim, but Dani judged it extremely well. So props to Dani. Okay, I do like the stun out and across here on this 3. However, she is reaching out quite a bit. So, yeah, I may prefer to just go follow here with some left, 2 rails, and back out across. Opts for the safe. This is good. Gonna force Dani to kick again. She's gonna go between the... Ooh, okay. Able to catch it there. All right, I think Dani left Sophia the full face of the 3 here. So Sophia can do a stop shot. She's looking pretty good for the 4. Just hit that one with a little too much spin. Cue ball coming into the 3 kind of threw it. So Dani with the jump cue. Gonna catch it in the corner. Jump bank with position. Nice draw out here. Got a little close to the work, but should be no problem. Could even follow this up a little bit. Yeah, just rush that shot by a hair. I know Dani likes to shoot fast. But with that sort of close angle, so you take that extra half second. Make sure you're hitting it clean into the pocket. I think she wanted some draw off of that, but using the bridge and accumulating draw is usually no easy task. Ended up hitting it a little too full and following it in, so opportunity here for Dani to get on the board. Leaving a pretty steep cut here, but makeable. Overcut it a little bit. All right, so Dani not capitalizing on the ball in hand. Ends up leaving it pretty good for Sophia. She overcuts it as well, so Dani back to the table. Opportunity now to secure that point. In the bag. Dani on the board, 1-4. This is rack number 5. So Sophia will be breaking here. All right, let's see if Sophia finds the sweet spot on this cut break here. Still traveling across the face of the 1, but ends up pocketing the 8 and the 5. So with the 1 at the side pocket, this is a good break. She will need to swing this cue ball a bit to get a better look at this too. Yeah, set herself up nice for the 2 in the side pocket. Just a slow roll follow here. Nice shot. Okay, she will have to contend with the 4-7 combo as it does not go clean. Unless she can somehow maybe come 2 rails and bump the 7 and land below the 4. Or bump it enough? No, not quite. Pretty decent save here. You just send the 4 below the 7 and park the cue ball on the upper side of the 7. So just hit it very thin and very soft. Gonna need a big bounce here. Okay. So I think Dani's gonna go for the bank here. Side pocket. Yep, nice shot. Landed really good on the 6. She can just draw this out. Just like that. Nice shot. So Dani making quick work of the safety error. But then rattles the 9. No. Cannot rattle the money ball when you had such a good run out. Sophia taking her time to capitalize here. Just rattles it, but because she hit it with good pace, ends up leaving not the easiest 9, but I do like the back cut bank here. Looks like Dani maybe going for the back cut here. And almost drills it, but it hangs. Ox pockets are a little unforgiving when going with speed into the pocket.
I feel like I'm hitting them bad.
No, you're hitting them. You're just not getting over.
So that might be the second hanger. Dani is left for Sophia. So if Dani can dial that in, definitely get back in this match.
Beating 9-1.
Sophia currently up 1. Sophia currently up 5-1.
That, okay. That last one.
Yeah. I thought you walked past
No,
me.
I'm sorry. That was, I should have. Two ball.
Dani can get position for this 5, I do like the break and run opportunity here. Which Dani did get short side position on the 5. However, missed the 4, so Sophia could take this 4 in the left side pocket. Play a little bit of bottom here to get position onto the 5. A little bit of a two-way shot here. Decides to hide behind the 6. May have left a piece of this 4 for Dani. Good contact. I like the pace on this. Sophia did leave a good 5 to break out the 6-8. I really like Dani hitting this thin and just parking the 4 above. But had to do a little bit of a jump. Edge wasn't quite there. Inadvertently broke that out, so no more problems on the table here. Hit this with a little bit of middle bottom to come off the short rail and back up table. I think Dani will be going for the 5 in the upper left corner here out the bank. All right, I think Sophia's going to have to jump a quarter of a ball here. Dani really liking the banks. Oof. No love with that pocket rattle. Left pretty good for the 6 as well. So Sophia here. Gonna have to go rail first with maybe a little bit of left spin just to make sure cue ball comes out. Doesn't get stuck in the jaw there. Basically aiming right before the point on the right side of the pocket with some left spin across the face of the 5. But because you are crossing the face like that with spin, the cue ball almost accelerate off of the rail. She may be looking at a kick here, but really do think the spin towards the 5 ball is the correct shot. Because it's sort of in the jaw already, you don't need to do too much. You just have to kind of hit that face of the 5.
Not close. Too much.
It's a tough spot. That was a really lucky roll up for me.
All right, ball in hand here for Dani. Getting a little close to the 6, but it should be okay. Oh, I just ended up hitting the point first. This one's tricky because you can't really hold for the 7. So you do want to try to swing this 3 rails back out and around to take the 7 in the lower left corner. And to avoid cue ball running into the 7, if you just hit this with straight top, should be okay. Just gonna put a little bit of check right side on this. Slow rolled it pretty good. Angle's a tad steep, but very makeable here. All right, 7 ball floating in the middle of the pocket.
Don't come right across.
Dani just catching the perfect tangent line off of the rail there. Very unfortunate. All right, so Sophia just going to follow into position here for the 9 in the upper right corner. I like this approach. You can let your stroke out a bit here, since you do need to get onto the left side of the 9 ball. Just like that. Landed good in the pocket line. Nice out from Sophia. Moving into rack number 8. I believe they accidentally switched up the break order at some point, but they're fine with it. We're fine with it. Much more controlled break here from Sophia. Still caught the one sort of on the middle other side, but really good spread here and has a better look on the 1 than she has with the previous breaks, with the exception of that one being parked in the side pocket from a couple racks ago. So I actually really like trying to cut this in the upper left corner. Cue ball will naturally come 2 or 3 rails. You may be able to find a sweet spot between the 6, 9 with the cue ball, as long as you hit it with some pace. But I think she's going to go... Ooh, okay, I see. Tried to take the 7, ends up hitting the 8 ball. 8 ball goes in. Have to settle for a very long shot here. Handled that very nice, but no love with the pace. Hidden behind the 9. Jump is probably a little too close, so gonna look at the kick here. Gonna have to kick up to the short rail and back out. Dani just needs to make sure that she's got to look on the 6. No. Almost did the same thing on that previous 8 ball, just catching the ball too thick. Going for the bank and the safety here. A little bit of a two-way. Cut on the 6 ball with good pace will bring the cue ball back down table. Sophia would then have the 7 in the upper left. Oh, oh, the bank with the rattle and the roll. Nice shape here on the 7. Follow this down into the lower left corner. Play this with maybe a touch of in top right, just so the 7 sort of hugs the rail a little bit, while also taking the cue ball path into the 9, just like that. Nice shot. So missing the 9 ball, but not leaving it easy for Dani. But Dani has to capitalize here to get back into this match. Okay, 9 rolling just past the side pocket. I don't like the cut in the side pocket here. It's a little too steep, so yeah, cutting this one up table is the right choice. Will not be able to hit this with a bunch of pace though, because the cue ball path will head towards that side pocket. So I do want to hit this kind of with like slow, medium-ish speed, maybe a touch of top left just to avoid that side pocket on the return. Yeah, avoiding the side pocket was going to be pretty tough.
It was a great shot, tough roll though.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that was potential, but I thought that if I did it slow enough, that I wouldn't get there.
Right?
Did I leave it in the? Oh, I thought it was in the pocket. No.
I don't see it in either of them.
I swear I didn't take it.
Might just be
Or did I? Or
I
did
don't know.
No.
No. Oh,
It is in there.
I'm blind.
Okay. Okay.
If you are new to the channel and enjoying the content, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell as well to be notified when we go live.
Together, you and I.
No, I think we're gonna be great friends.
I agree.
Tend to do challenge match streams at least twice a month here at Ox Billiards. If you're in the Seattle area and have not been by yet, please come stop by. Open to the public Thursday through Sunday. Good break here from Dani. Just barely overcut that one. So I like sending the cue ball behind the 5-3 and just banking this one down to the short rail that Sophia is currently standing at. That way you get some distance and some coverage.
Play with this thing on at all times.
Right, just get used to it.
Sophia grabbing the extension. This will be a pretty sweet kick here for Dani. Just go a little bit of a rail first. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that was really good pace. If Dani hits that one clean like that, just the rail first, cue ball definitely comes out and gives good shape for the 3 in the side. Good position here. Maybe overran it just a little bit. Play this with a little bit of... You can probably just play the straight top, honestly. Come rail out first. Back to the middle table, just like this. Again, just overhit it just slightly. But the cut is there. will probably be running into the 5 after this cut, so let's see if it's a fortunate bump here, which it looks like it is. So if you do roll this one forward, you may also be bumping the 6. I don't really like stunning across because I'll handle that extremely well. Very nice shot. I was gonna say the side pocket scratch was looming, but hit it with just enough pace to slow down the cue ball. It's a little bit of angle here, landed pretty good. Now Sophia can just roll this one up, get maybe towards that second or third diamond on the left side of the table, take the 9 in the upper left. Yeah, this looks good.
Sorry, I'm like.
All right, Sophia extending her lead 7-2, moving into rack number 10.
Oh, okay. I thought I forgot something.
See, that was a good strike on the cue or on the 1. It was the right spot, but because she put follow on it, the 1 doesn't react off of the pack and head towards the side pocket as much. And also because you put follow, you're kind of losing the power of the cue ball. Whereas if you hit middle or a little bit below center, cue ball sort of retains that inertia into the pack. Sophia eyeing the 1-5 combo here. Good safety opportunity here for Dani. If Dani can do a stop shot and just hide the cue ball directly behind the 7. Yeah, it leaked out just a little bit. And enough for Sophia to have an open shot on the 1. Good pace here. Gonna have to hit this draw with maybe a hair of inside right to make sure that the draw comes straight down table. Yeah, it's a nice shot. It's into the 7. Looks like the 3 may barely pass the 4 into the corner. Just another one of those draw out shots off of the rail to get positioned for the 5. And then she may have to settle for the 6-9 combo. Landed between the 8-6, not bad. We'll be coming back across here now, so chances of running into one of these balls is pretty high. Able to get it up above. Nice shot. Okay, so yeah, the 6-9 in play here. Just wants to make sure that you don't baby this, because you do not want the 9 to sort of rattle and sit in the pocket. At the same time, you don't want to hit the cue ball with a bunch of follow, because it could follow into that corner pocket. So pace in particular is important here. All right, I think Dani can run out here. Really good speed on the 7. I think I just draw this straight back into the rail and back out. Or if you go forward, just need to make sure you have enough angle on the 8. This should be okay. 8 in the upper right. Nice shot. Just hit that with some weird bottom spin. A lot of spin on the cue. I think Dani wanted to sort of maybe do a little bit of a draw follow on that 9, but because of the spin took a little too much before it made contact with the 9, but left it weird in the pocket here. Angling over this pocket is never easy.
Pretty sure you should.
You know, the way it shot 9 balls today, I don't know what I would call it a gimme.
There you go.
All right, so Dani not missing that gimme. 3-7, rack number 11 here to break. Dani Casper. All right, the 2 ball landed right in the path of the cue ball, so Sophia will be pushing here. I like to push this 2 just below the 6. But she has a jumper in hand, so may just be going straight at this. Oh, it's a nice shot. It was a good attempt. I like hitting this with maximum bottom. Stun out. Yeah, just like that, but just caught it a little too thick. Otherwise, the leave on the 2 is very good. basically always want to create angles on each shot. You typically don't want to land straight. Of course, the circumstance sometimes calls for it, but for the most part, leaving yourself with an angle gives you more optimal cue ball position and movement. Sophia just going to run this one down the rail. Gonna have to hit this one with some pace to make sure she gets out of the way of the 8-9 and back middle table. But because she's on the rail, kind of forced to play follow here anyway. May have overran the pace just slightly, but the back cut on the 2 was there, so not terrible by any means. Ooh, playing the 1 off of the 4, that was pretty cheeky. I like that. I like the creative elements that Dani has in her game. Hit with enough spin to get above the pocket. Dani gonna automatically have the jump cue in hand. Nice jump. Good bumps. Friendly leave. Dani going to grab the extension here. So 2 options here. You either cut the 3 up table, or you bank the 3 and hide it up above the 4 while bringing the cue ball down table. And going for the cross bank there. I think it would have been fine, but because Dani hit it with bottom, cross bank like that, the cue ball tends to take the tangent line off of that ball, which in that case was going towards the pocket. Nice draw here from Sophia. Landed in a good position. Consider using 2 rails here or just the short rail at the top. Yeah, good hold. If she takes the 5 in the side pocket, I would just hit this with pace and have the cue ball come back to the short rail and back out as opposed to floating it. Because when you float it like this, tendency to miss. A little bit of a back cut here, but not much. Held it very well. Dani may have to play for short side now. Oh, unfortunate. So I would play this with a little bit of inside right just to sort of cut that angle off. Cue ball will be rolling towards that second diamond on the right rail. So just needs to hit this with like a slow medium pace, just like that. Nice shot. Okay. Set herself up nicely for the 9. Sophia, the first one on the hill. Currently up 8-3 over Dani. Race to 9, 9 ball. Thank you all for joining this evening.
Danny, I should have asked you.
She.
How? Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for asking.
You as well. I'm like, you're right there.
This is what it is.
No, I hate that feeling though.
By one.
Right?
All it takes.
Sophia followed the break again, but this time got better position on the table. So needs to play this with about maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock on the cue ball to come down below table here. Nice shot. Ooh, some unfriendly traffic. Don't know if she can squeeze between the 4-8, but she's getting the bridge out, so that tells me that she at least has a piece of this 2 ball. She needs to be careful about the pocket scratch. Ooh, okay. Two ball leaked out. Not quite sure if it goes by the 5. But I do like hitting this thin and just sending the cue ball below. Oh no. Ends up leaving the blue cheese here. 2-9 combo for the win. Will Sophia seal the deal here? Nobody really likes to go out on a cheese, but has been set up. Ooh, the 9 catches both jaws. So we still have a match here, folks. Dani Casper back at the table. Almost follows the cue ball in. Pulling out the jump shot now. Just needs to jump a quarter of this ball to make contact with the 3. Almost nails the bank. 3 is going to rest up on the rail. Sophia may be able to do a little bit of a back cut here into that side pocket. Dani going for the cross bank. Had a pretty good bump on the 4. Should that have 3 have dropped. Would have been sitting pretty nice for the 4. But now Sophia with the chance here to run out. Don't see any problem balls now. Each ball connects to the next. Ooh. A baby bell cheese opportunity here for Dani. 3-9 combo, 9 into the left side pocket. I think if I'm Dani, I definitely take this on. Ooh, it also rattles the jaws. So both players rattling the same side pocket jaw on the 9 combo. Yeah, nice try at the thin cut there. I think Dani might go for the reverse bank. It's a little thick. If you do this, you want to put some inside right on it. Just to, yeah, caught it a little too thick. If you put top right on it, it shortens the angle that the object ball would take. Another combo opportunity here. This one you would want to hit with bottom, just to make sure the cue ball stuns out and back out table. If you roll forward, it's going to be a harder look on the 3.
I feel like there was a 2.
But got the 9 ball moving, almost cheesed the 9 on the lower left. So Dani with the cool, behind the back shot. I also like to pull that one out. Bank in the side pocket. Very nice float below the 7. So I like this rack for Dani here. Just run this one softly into the side rail. Nice shot. You can do a stop shot or a little bit of draw here. No, not the jaws. Okay, left this a little bit awkward, but I think with this angle, Sophia just needs to make this ball in the side pocket, run the cue ball down to the short rail and back out a little bit, and then take this 9 in the upper right. Yeah, no need to baby this one, just kind of let your stroke out. Okay, she hit it with bottom. I would have preferred the stun tangent into the short rail and back out, just because you have a little more momentum, and you would end up a little bit closer to the 9, but this is doable. And for the win, drills it. Sophia Tran, victory 9-3 over Dani Casper. Thank you all for joining us this evening. My name is Zach Ross here at Ox Billiards. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell as well to be notified when we go live. Should be having another match coming up here next month. So stay tuned, and we will see you all then. Thanks.